Erin. I'm going to be going over a deceptively simple cat makeup look today. With Halloween just being around the corner, I was looking through some of my old photos from Halloween's gone by, and I found a photo of the first look that really got me into makeup. I figured since, as of today, Halloween is in, I believe, 9 or 10 days, I would make a video on how to do this. So this isn't like a sexy or beauty style cat look. This is very much inspired by the musical Cats. So that's like a full face and not looking entirely human. All the makeup in this video is makeup that you can either purchase at Sephora or find cheaper dupes for. I will not be using any prosthetics or fake fur or anything because I have no idea how to use those. So if that is something that you think that you are capable of doing, and this is a look that I think everyone can do, then continue watching. I've already gone through the process of priming my face using BH Cosmetics Studio Pro Foundation Primer, and just because I figured it wasn't going to be that interesting to watch me prime my face. And I've got all my makeup that I'm going to be using, I think, off to this side, and if I'm reaching over this way, my brushes are all behind me here. So without further ado, I just have to get my hair out of my face, and then I'll get started. So I'm going to be starting with using the Elmer's glue trick to get my eyebrows to stand, or not to stand up, to lay flat. So I'm just going to be using a disposable spoolie brush to brush all of my eyebrows straight up, all my eyebrow hairs. If you do not want to put glue in your eyebrows, that is totally fine. But this is a very well-known trick to make your eyebrows basically flatten themselves out. Make sure that you are just using the washable school glue sticks. You don't want to be using anything that's going to hurt you or end up harming your hair at all. The washable school glues are completely non-toxic, and they are absolutely safe to be using. Doing a layer of the cream makeup first, and then color correcting as needed. Just because otherwise you can end up with a bunch of gross colors coming through. I'm using my Makeup Forever Flash Palette dupe. I got this for $6 on eBay, and it is just as good and just as pigmented as the actual Makeup Forever palette that I have. So it's by Imagic Cosmetics. Don't know if you can see that. So if you can get your hands on it, which is not an easy feat, let me tell you that, then I highly recommend it. So I'm just taking like a slightly smaller foundation brush, getting into the squares, and just painting it on my face. Very hard to get this even, but don't worry about it being perfect. It doesn't need to be. I say as I'm totally worrying about getting it perfect. I'm just going to take a damp beauty sponge. This is just a cheap one from like dollar store or Walmart or something, and just quickly stipple it all in and blend it all together. But what about my eyebrows? My eyebrows are so dark. We're going to color correct the crap out of those. So in order to counteract dark hair, my hair is actually naturally dark brown. In order to counteract brown with having a red undertone, we need to employ a green. So I just have my N Frost Pro makeup, like, concealing and color correcting palette. A little hard to work with, so I will be putting a drop of Argan oil onto the green that I'm going to be using. This is just Argan oil from Winners or something. It's by the company Druide, which is literally French for Druid. And I'm just going to mix that, work that Argan oil into the product. I'm a huge fan of adding oils to products to make them, or especially cream products, just to make them more blendable and a little more usable. It's much like using a wet brush with your eyeshadows to make them come out more pigmented. I'll just take that green all the way over my brow. Just using the same beauty blender, just tap on there, just to take off any excess and like make sure it's not big. And then I'm going to go in with my white cream again and just dab that over top. And I am going to set this powder with my Faced Primed and Poreless Skin Smoothing Powder. It's just a translucent powder. Any translucent powder will do. It's just to make sure that this stays put and doesn't run away on me. Now that I'm sure that that's not moving anywhere, we're going to go in and start sort of outlining our cat look. So I'm going to go in using my Urban Decay Naked Smoky palette, just because this has a lot of those gray tones, those dark tones that I'm going to be using. If you do not have this specific palette, like, that's not gonna ruin the look or anything. Any dark gray eyeshadow will do. So I'm going to be going in with the color Dagger, which is this dark gray right here. And I'm going to be sort of almost creating a contour effect with it, but not quite. So like, alright, and then using a very fluffy brush. Here is my giant eyeshadow brush. Okay, so using this massive all-over eye brush, I'm just going to be filling in that area with Dagger. You can continue this down your neck, but because I'm just doing this to film this video and then taking it off again, I am not extending this down my neck. It would just be the same design, like with white and then the gray. So using that same brush, I'm going to be blending it into the white, just kind of pulling it from the gray, making flicks out towards the center of my face. I will not be grabbing any additional product for this. I am just blending out these harsh lines. Okay, so what we will be following this up with is we are going to start working on the brows. As if, you know, we haven't done enough with them already. Sorry, just combing these back into submission. Hush. Alright, so for my brows, I am going to be using a number of products. I'm going to be starting off using this gel eyeliner that I got at Hot Topic, Lovesick Smooth Criminal Black Gel Liner. I've already added a few drops of argan oil to this just to make it a little bit easier to work with. Basically, you want to start this close, kind of create an arch almost like way higher than you normally ever would. And down, and then out into sort of a point. And you're going to take that, you're going to make them theatrically thick. You would never do your brows like this in real life. Or maybe you would. I don't know your life. I don't know your story. I'm just going to fill that in real quick. And we will be doing the same on the other side. Jesus, help me make these even. Right, this needs to come down to more of a point in the center. There we go. Ah. You'll extend those lines to the tip of your nose. Okay. And the nose we will pick up later, after we're finished with the eye area. There. Alright, and I will be using, drop that. I will be using the LA Girl Mark My Eyes and the LA Girl Fineline to create little hairs once this is dried. Just to kind of fill. Alright, next up for the eyes, we are going to be going in very heavy with our eyeliners. As in, like, heavier than I ever would in my day-to-day. So I'm going to start out with just tight lining. I have a Marc Jacobs, which one is this? This is the Highliner Gel Crayon in Blaqueur. This is just a sample size that I got with my Sephora birthday gift. I will then be going over my lower waterline with the Marc Jacobs Fineliner Ultra Skinny Gel Eye Crayon, also in Blaqueur. Alright, so we're going to start with we're going to be using the Smoky palette again, just because this is using all of the colors that I want. So we're going to go in with, we're going to go with Dagger again, because I'm liking that color. We're going to be doing a very exaggerated cut crease. I'm just going to go over, and then out towards your eyebrow. Just very dark and exaggerated. You're going to take a blending brush then. Ooh, I'm dropping things everywhere. And then blend that a little bit. Just because you don't want it to be too nice. Sort of blend it upwards towards the arch of your drawn-on brow. Again, blending upwards towards the arch. just in like a windshield wiper motion. Okay. We're then going to deepen that cut crease using the dark, dark, dark black shade, Black Market, which is right here. And we're going to put that in the inner corner. And we're also going to put it in the outer V. You can use your arm. I have this Clean Sweep makeup brush pad, which is a dupe for the color switch. So I'm just going to run my brush through that just to get excess color off. Yeah. And then we're going to go in with the Slanted, which is right beside it, and then we'll be highlighting with Armor. So Slanted is going to go in the center. Then grabbing Armor. Now, Armor is like a light silvery color. Drop some into that arch and then blend the crap out of it. We are now going to be going towards the rest of the face. Going again with the Lovesick gel eyeliner, which hopefully will cooperate a little bit better. I'm going to take this and I'm going to draw on the bottom of my nose. And then I'm going to be doing my upper lip. I'll also be drawing triangles. There's always one large one accompanied by two smaller ones. We're going to go in with the liner for the actual cat eyes, just now that I believe that this is set. So before we drop that liner, we're going to go in with the Urban Decay Moondust palette, which is brand new and gorgeous. I'm just going to grab my Moondust brush because I refuse to use anything but the Moondust brush with the Moondust palette. Here we are. Perfect. Beautiful. I am going to dampen that slightly, just with my spray bottle. Make sure that it's worked through. And we are going to be grabbing graphite, this very glittery gray, and putting that in the center of our lid. We're also going to be taking that onto our nose, just to add a little bit of glitter, a little bit of glitz. So normally I would put on like a huge crazy pair of false lashes, like this pair from Icing, or like a couple pairs I have from Sephora, but because I am taking this off right away, I don't want to go through that process. But if you do choose to wear false eyelashes, that is totally fine. You probably just want to do them as you normally would, either before or after you do your eyeliner, after you finish with the Moondust shadow. I am going to be using Kat Von D's tattoo liner in Trooper because it is my favorite. By far, I've used tons of different eyeliners, and this one is always like the best one. So I'm going to be drawing an exaggerated cat eye, obviously. almost to the end of that cut crease. So using the Sephora Colorful Wink It Felt Liner in Little Black Dress, and in Bone White we're going to be doing some detailing. These are from the Minnie Mouse collection. So I'm going to be putting on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Freckles on each side of the lip, and sharpening up the edges here. There we go. We'll also be putting on the whiskers with this later. Using Little Black Dress, I'm going to be adding some white stripes into these black triangles. So we're also going to be taking a small brush, with the white that we were using earlier, and going over that detailing again. And then I'm going to take that blending brush from earlier, now that I'm pretty sure my nose area is set, dip that into graphite just because I don't want it to be too dark, and pull that up towards the forehead. I will also be taking a different blending brush, and I'll be grabbing my Anastasia Beverly Hills Moonchild Glow Kit, and I will be taking the shade Star, which is a silver right here. And I'll be applying Star on my brow bone, in that general area, kind of like over where my brows used to be. And I'll also be applying it around the center of my face, not on those triangles, but otherwise around the center of my face. I'm just going to draw some whiskers. I'm just starting at the smile line and dragging them out. I will go over them a few times. Just make sure. There we go. Alright, normally this is where I would spritz with my setting spray, but because I'm just taking this off immediately after, I'm just going to put my hair back to where it needs to be, put my ears on. That's it. You're done. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I do realize that it's a little bit long, but it is not easy to go through and redo a look and be talking about it the whole way through. Oh goodness, I already forgot something. I will also be taking Star on my lower lip. I forgot I was going to do that. You guys can obviously take artistic interpretations of this and make this however you want it to be. But I hope that this is a help to some of you. And yeah, I will likely be making more Halloween makeup tutorials in the future. Yeah, thanks for watching.